lot of the time, I look at my life and everything that I'm doing, and I feel like none of it means anything. Because ever since I was young, I've been trying out new things and experimenting with what I think I might be good at, and a lot of the time, it just ends in failure. And I don't think there's been anything that has actually really worked out for me. When I was in middle school, I played baseball, and I loved it a lot. But by the time I reached high school, I realized I wasn't that good at it. I tried out a bunch of other clubs and sports at my high school, and those have not gone very well for me either. Then there's this YouTube channel and a bunch of other stuff that I have going on. I put in a lot of effort into this, but I don't get that many views on here. And for a lot of my other projects, there's just not much that I have going with it. And because I've failed at so many things, and I just haven't really got a big break yet, I just feel like none of it matters sometimes. I'm probably not the only one who's feeling this way. If everything that I've been talking about so far sounds familiar, keep watching. I feel like one of the biggest things about teenagers nowadays is that a lot of us look fine on the outside. Meanwhile, we're struggling with a lot on the inside. It's like everyone thinks we're doing fine. We're doing stuff that seems cool on the outside and maybe living life or whatever. But on the inside, I'm pretty sure we're all just looking for identity. And many of us don't really have that yet at this age. It's like with baseball and a bunch of the other stuff that I've worked hard towards, but just ended up falling short of, where I'd actually try and I'd actually put an effort, but just be met with silence. And that silence hits hard because it feels like rejection, even though it's probably not. I always feel like I'm on this carousel where I try new things, hope something will work, and just end up right back where I started, and it all repeats. It makes me feel like because something didn't go well once, or twice, or 3 times, it'll never go well. It makes me feel like I'll never find my place in the world. And a lot of you probably feel that way too. But honestly, maybe it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. Maybe it just means you care. Because think about this. You're doing something. It might not be working right now, but hey, you're doing something. And a lot of people at this age don't do anything. They just sit around and just waste all of their time away. You're setting your mind to something. You're setting your heart to something. You're putting in effort. And maybe that's not leading to results right now, but it will eventually. As long as you keep on putting in this level of effort and you keep on adapting to the system, it will lead to something eventually. I feel like the feeling of pointlessness isn't about the projects that I'm doing. I feel like it's more about the lack of recognition. It's like that feeling where I'm putting in a lot of effort into something I care about, but I'm just not really getting noticed for it. But the feeling of pointlessness is probably lying, because that recognition doesn't really show up immediately. It never does. For all the people who are really successful today, they were once at a point where they were putting in a lot of effort and receiving nothing. They had to grind through all of that, adapt to the system, and keep on learning how to get it right, and eventually they finally got their big break. But I feel like the biggest thing there is the learning, because doing the same thing over and over again without learning, without adapting, isn't really going to get you anywhere. You have to keep on adapting to the system. You have to keep on figuring out what works and what doesn't work. Once you figure that out, I feel like that's when you're able to finally push through. I've probably already talked about this, but I judge myself based on the present a lot. I look at how my life is right now and feel like that's how it's going to be forever. A lot of you probably do that as well. But the reality is that it's probably just anxiety talking. Because anxiety amplifies issues and makes them look like they're bigger than they actually are. The present isn't the future. It's a single frame in a much bigger story. Assuming that the future is going to be exactly like how the present is like is projection. And projection is pretty much never accurate. It's like an entire story or entire movie that you're just judging by one frame. And it's kind of unfair to do that. It's unfair to yourself because you're reducing your whole entire potential to how your life is looking like right now, and you have much more potential than you think. If you can think of a time in the past where you were a completely different person and now you grew to the point where you're at today, then you'll definitely grow from here. You're definitely not going to stay the exact same forever. Maybe we judge ourselves so harshly because we're in the middle of everything and it's uncertain and messy and we just don't know how it's going to turn out. It's human nature pressure to think of the worst case scenario when you don't have any idea what's going on. But I feel like a lot of us confuse uncertainty with pointlessness. But maybe it just means that we're still building ourselves, and that's probably all it means. I think I talked about this earlier, but we all have to have moments where we work really hard without getting noticed whatsoever. And maybe that's what builds us, because it's like we're doubting ourselves, but refusing to give up. It's hard to stick with what we're doing during this time, but it's exactly what proves whether we deserve to succeed or not. Obviously, if we quit at this point, we're not going to get anywhere. But the reality is, if we started out famous and just had it easy from the very beginning, that's kind of like a crutch, because it's a lack of growth. And at that point, people are just watching because you're a famous person, not quite because what you're doing actually means something. But during that rough time where you're working hard without getting noticed, that's the point where you're actually building meaning. And if you're able to get noticed by building something from nothing, I think that is what holds the most meaning. But in reality, none of us can actually start with everyone noticing what we do. We all have to go through this phase at some point in our lives. I remember when I was younger, and this was before high school, I had dreams that had nothing to do with money. It was just for the joy of what I was doing. I didn't even know that these dreams were supposed to make money. I thought it was just doing something that you'd enjoy for the rest of your life. I might have been onto something, because a lot of us end up doing things just for money, or feeling like we have to do things for money. But maybe some things in life don't need to be done for money. Maybe some things need to be done because they'd make a major impact on the world without having anything to do with money. And there's probably one thing that every single one of us has that we'd still do even if money was not involved. And for me, I think that's my YouTube channel. I make videos because I want to connect with people. I want to build some sort of connection with the person who feels like no one understands them, or like their pain just doesn't matter. I kind of want to be like the voice for my younger self. I know a lot of you secretly struggle with a lot of things on the inside that get ignored on the outside. And even if I don't quite understand what it is, I'm still willing to sit with you in the dark until the light comes back. You know, I'm probably not even looking for fame. I'm probably not looking to be glorified by a giant group of people because of this YouTube channel. I just want to feel like I made some sort of impact on someone's life. And that could be a guy dealing with heartbreak, or a girl dealing with some sort of childhood trauma. I just want them to feel understood. I just want them to know that they're not alone. We're all human, and we're all trying to figure things out. I'm still learning who I am, and I'm still trying to establish myself with this channel. And a lot of the time, like I talked about around the beginning of the video, I feel like I should quit. But I have a feeling that there will be people in the future who will be glad that I didn't quit this channel. But yeah, I don't want to repeat anything that I've already said, because I think I've covered pretty much everything that I needed to talk about. So here's the takeaway. If you're pouring your heart into something and you feel like no one is noticing, don't stop. Keep doing it. It all takes time. You just have to keep adapting to the system, and you'll get there eventually. The results might not be showing right now, but as long as you keep on improving and adjusting to the system, it will succeed in the end. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment what you think. Check out some of my other videos if you like this content, and I'll see you in another one.